Roundabout, at least for now, is the final official timetable map that we're going to talk about that I did not create. It was made by modding revolutionary Yarion for the official level contest back before the game was released into Steam Early Access. Apologies if I butchered that name, by the way. Despite its inclusion in the game, this level actually didn't win the contest, not the popular vote at least. Surprisingly, there was no real controversy surrounding this. No one was too upset. Even the winner, whose level was booted out by this decision, seemed to be fine with the results. They still got every other reward, after all. I believe I've talked about why I specifically decided to not include that winner's level before, though I may as well recap it here. Firstly, it didn't add any unique challenge. Not a big deal, but still something to consider. Second, it was very empty. There weren't many trains for how large the map was. Third, well, size. It was large, and we couldn't really shrink it down without damaging the creator's original vision, which would have separated the whole community aspect of including these levels. The last of those three reasons was by far the most important. It wasn't a bad level. If it were, it would not have won the community vote at all. It just wasn't what we were looking to include in-game. Meanwhile, Roundabout has a unique layout, a much higher train density, and a layout that needed no modification and would still look perfect in-game. Well, okay, there were some slight modifications. Let's talk about them. The first thing to note is that the middle ring has auto signals while the outer ring has manual signals. Originally, the map was just 100% manuals, and with all the signal stopping penalties, it was kind of a pain. Not impossible, per se, but the timings were very unforgiving. Because of this, all the signals on the main inner loop region were changed to auto signals so that players could use signal cues to clear the route as soon as they cleared without having to pause the game and micromanage to all hell. Because before this change, some trains had a 2-second window between when the route cleared and when the train would start slowing down for a signal. It was not okay. In fact, so much so that there is another fairly unique change to this level. In fact, I think this is the only official level which uses this little trick. If you pay close attention, trains don't enter exactly on the minute mark all the time. With some slight level file modification, you can change when a train enters or leaves a station down to the second. No mods, no glitches, manageable on a per-stop basis. You just need to know how to do it right. I don't remember if the original level used these file modifications. Considering Yarion's skills, it wouldn't surprise me if it did, but I can confirm that I added some modifications to the final version in order to give even more wiggle room to the trains as they came death-defyingly close to stopping at signals. Considering how close the trains get to the signals now, take a second to think about how much worse they were before this leniency was added in. Overall, though, this level's a fun challenge. Despite its initial flaws and lacking popularity in the polls, it provides something nothing else has really ever tried to do, and gives a run for your money with some clever routings. While we did have to cut some corners, pun fully intended, regarding the contest, I think this was a brilliant inclusion from a brilliant community member. That's all I've got to say for this one. Enjoy the rest of the gameplay, and I'll see you next time where we talk a bit about a model railroad. Cheers, folks.